Try to use it in any story.
Sentence.
Where? Who is listening those sentences? Yourself. Look, this is fourth class for your idioms, right? I want you to practice at least from each class, at least 3 of the idioms for yourself, right? Today we are going to have fourth class for the idiom. Okay, today again we are going to go through some of the idioms which you can use in your everyday conversation, right, to get a command over the language. All right, the first one here seems like the girl is quite confused because she cannot remember anything at all. So when you want to say can't remember at all, you can say I can't for the life of me. First idiom for today is I can't for the life of me. Exemplary sentence, I can't for the life of me remember where I put my wallet. That means I cannot remember at all where I have kept my wallet. Hello. Noted this one? When you don't know the latest development, you may say out of touch. Could be very easy, can get the meaning by the words itself. I haven't spoken to Lisa in years, so I am a bit out of touch with what she's doing now. Note down the idiom, go for the meaning, sentences you may prepare for yourself. Something which is unfamiliar. That day we did something that rings a bell. That means something which sounds familiar, something that you have heard earlier. And this one, something which is unfamiliar. So it would go
Suspicious also.
yes. So this would go for opposite one. Doesn't ring any bells with me. That means the name she mentioned doesn't ring any bells with me. I have never heard of them. Suppose if you have heard that then you would say that name rings a bell. Concluded from the facts that one knows. Put two and two together. Maybe they must be having different ideas and then they tried to make it compound, make it combined, and then they assessed to get a conclusion. Put two and two together. When I saw him leaving her office, I put two and two together and realized they were working together. Wrong end of the stick. I think you have got the wrong end of the stick. I wasn't talking about you. That means maybe they misinterpreted that thing. There might be misunderstanding. Wrong end of the stick. Something bad has happened, but you decide to learn from it instead of being upset about it. So what you may say, put it down to experience. Put it down. What is it here? A bad experience. Okay. Something bad that has happened to you, but you are trying to learn something from it. The trip didn't go as planned,
It might be a good experience as well.
but how would you learn from it? Something bad, when something bad has happened, but you decide to learn from it instead of being upset about it.
From a good experience.
But then it would not go with down.
Hmm.
Put it down to experience, that means
Bad.
yes, something bad that has happened, but you're trying to learn from it. The trip didn't go as planned, but I'll just put it down to experience. For next trip, you may keep a note what not to do. You don't know what your position is. Maybe in the professional way or in the personal way, when you don't know what your position is, you may say, to know where I stand. After our conversation, I know where I stand with my job promotion. Know where I stand, that means you don't know what your position is. Someone says something and you start giving thoughts on it. Okay, then you can say, given me food for thought. His book on leadership has given me food for thought about how I manage my team. Now you are brainstorming to get the ideas how to lead the team, how to manage the team. Given me food for thought. Something bad has happened and now you decide that you will never let it happen again. Then what you can say, learnt my lesson. The previous one was to put down in experience. That means something bad has happened, but instead of getting sad, you are trying to learn a lesson out of it. This is also same, something bad happened to you and you decide that it will never happen again. Example here is, I forgot my umbrella in the rain and I have definitely learnt my lesson to always check the weather. Learnt my lesson. I think it would be very easy to use in your daily conversation. Someone does something stupid which affects them in a way that they will never repeat it. That means teach him or her a lesson. That mistake will teach him a lesson not to rush into decisions without thinking. Other person can teach him a lesson, experience can teach him a lesson, mistakes can teach him a lesson. But following that lesson, they would never repeat the same thing. Got the message. Got the message means someone finally becomes aware of a fact. She was angry and I finally got the message that I need to apologize. Got the message, that means understanding about a fact. Set the record straight or put the record straight. You can use it when you tell the true facts to someone who has believed a different set of facts up to that moment. That means they were not clear about the facts. They believed on something else, but now you are clearing the picture. Then you can say, set the record straight. I need to set the record straight and explain that I was not involved in the mistake. You can use this idiom when you want to clear the confusion. All right. Heard it from someone who had heard it from someone else. It's a chain. Rings a bell? Do you know an idiom related to this? I heard it on grapevine, or I heard it through grapevine. Grapevine, the timber on which grapes grow,
Oh,
that's grapevine. All right, the sentence here is, I heard through the grapevine that they are planning a surprise party for him. That means it was not a direct message, it was a channelized message, indirect message. One person told the other person told next person. That way, a chain was created. So in that situation, you can say, I heard it through the grapevine. Something you have imagined which is not true. So we can say figment of your imagination. Figment itself is a word which means that you believe on something which is not true. You believe that it is true, but it is not. Example, that monster under your bed is just a figment of your imagination. That means in your imagination, the belief is monster is there, but in reality it is not there. Figment of your imagination. Lost sight of. When you have a sight, you keep walking on that path. But when you lost sight of, that means you've forgotten a central, important fact or truth about something. Something major that you forgot. Example here is, I have lost sight of my goals lately and I need to refocus. Sometimes there are things which you cannot understand. In that situation, you may say, what beats me? All right. What beats me is why she would cancel her vacation at the last minute. That means you are unable to understand the fact why she cancelled her vacation. What beats me? That means what I cannot understand. What beats me is why you all have not done your homework.
yeah. That's right.
So relevant, na? Decided something but no longer sure about it. All right. Having second thoughts about it, because first thought you were sure about it, but now There is some dilemma, you are not sure. That means having second thoughts about it. Example here is, I'm having second thoughts about buying the car after hearing the reviews. Clear? Need to ask anything? The details of. That means ins and outs of. She explained the ins and outs of the new software during the training session. That means complete detail was provided. Ins and outs, that means
Details.
easy. I think this one would be easy for you to use. Makes all the difference. That means has a very good effect on a situation or a thing. Make sure that the effect would be positive.
And sometimes we also use it as it doesn't make any difference.
So that would go for,
Negative one.
even though the presentation was nerve-wracking, I had to just grin and bear it, as little kindness goes a long way and really makes all the difference in people's lives. That day we did this one, grin and bear. Do you remember? What does it mean?
Ma'am, what can I say?
Yes, please.
कितनी भी मुश्किल हो पर उसको at least करना ही पड़ेगा तो option नहीं है.
Yes, that means you accept the situation and you go along.
What was the idiom?
Grin and bear.
Only to remember.
Works like a dream, goes like a dream, runs like a dream. That means very well. The new software works like a dream and makes my job much easier. Something which is very efficient, which helps you a lot. That means that product or that thing is very well for you, very helpful for you. So you may say it works like a dream. Okay, try to use it in sentences, please. Can't remember it all. Shall we start with Nand? One idiom for each. Go for it, Nand. Can't remember it all. I can't for the life of me. Anybody else? Yes.
I mentioned. I was some meaning you can't remember it all.
Yes, yes. Sonakshi?
When I was in exam hall, I can't follow that for me.
Okay. That means during writing the exam, she could not remember her lessons. Don't know the latest development, out of touch. Who would go for this? Take turns, come on, speed up.
I am out of touch when it comes to academic purpose.
Academic field.
And
But it would not be it's comes. It comes. Yes, when it comes to academics. Something which is unfamiliar. You may say doesn't ring any bells with me.
Ma'am, I see a dog that doesn't ring any bells with me.
Okay. Concluded from the facts that one knows, put two and two together.
Whenever I'm writing part at the end, I always put two and two together.
Okay, that is also okay. But if you would have two situations, then using the idiom put two and two together, because you need two things to put together, right? Anybody put two and two together?
Had to go to places. The first one is market and the second one is classes. So I can't put two and two together.
All right, you could not conclude anything. Came to wrong conclusion. Wrong end of the stick.
whenever I do IELTS writing, every time I'm wrong hand of the time. Stick. Very stick.
Every time I get wrong end of the stick. Okay. Something bad has happened, but you decide to learn from it.
I got lost in the park and I put it down to the
Experience. You don't know what your position is. Know where I stand.
I just got a new job and I don't know where I stand.
All right. You can use it in negative sentence also. That's okay. Someone says something that makes you think very seriously about it. Given me food for my thought.
I was having the hardest time concentrating and my mom gave me food for thought.
Correct. Again, something bad happens, but you decide you will never let it happen again. Learned my lesson. Anybody who has learned the lesson?
Anytime. I always used to make mistakes when I reading exam, but I never had this.
All right. Good. Good for you. Teach him or her a lesson. Someone does something stupid which affects them in a way that they will never repeat it.
My brother made fun of a cancer boy, so I teach him a lesson.
Sorry?
My brother made fun of a boy who was facing cancer, and
Uh-huh.
because of that, I teach him a lesson.
Taught.
Taught him a lesson.
I taught him a lesson. All right. Got the message. Someone finally becomes aware of a fact.
I wasn't aware of the bus coming late, but my friend called and got the message and gave me the message.
That would be something else. Mhm. Gave me the message would be something like
But
whatever message he had, he conveyed you by calling. Someone finally becomes aware of a fact. Not via call, not via message. Got the message via message. It's not like that.
was raining outside. I wasn't aware of it, but as I stepped out, I got the message.
All right, you got aware about the fact that it is raining. Set the record straight or put the record straight. That means you tell the true facts to someone who has believed a different set of facts.
There's one teacher when I was in class 2, she always used to tell us wrong things. And when I found out about this, I said, I put the record straight to my friend.
I put the record straight. All right. Heard it from someone who had heard it from someone else. Again, the same chain system. I heard it on the grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine.
My friends were gossiping, and when I asked them, they told me they heard it from a grapevine.
The grapevine. Okay. Gossip always comes through the grapevine, you know. Figment of the imagination. Figment of your imagination.
That imagine it is a real person, but it is a figment of my imagination.
All right. Lost sight of.
I was into the woods and I lost sight of the road.
The way. Okay. What I cannot understand. What beats me.
When I was traveling in train,
Mm-hmm.
What beats me is how's the weather so cold this month.
All right. But it shall not beat you because it is winter season. All right. Next one is having second thoughts about. Give it a try. Others. Having second thoughts about it.
Last month I want to go Kashmir.
Wanted to.
Wanted to go Kashmir for holidays, but uh, uh, I having second thought about it
Then I had second thoughts about it due to the
due to the
uncertain weather.
unsorted weather.
All right. The details of the ins and outs of.
when I was in Kingdom of Joy, one of the most famous place of Raipur, Lake Caves, and when we arrived there, the manager of that place tell us about the ins and outs of it.
Told us about the ins and outs. All right. Has a very good effect on a situation or a thing. Makes all the difference.
But last year, my brother was facing in his study, so I helped him and makes all the difference.
That made all the difference. That means whatever you try to teach him, that had a positive effect on him. All right. Works like a dream, goes like a dream, runs like a dream. Go for it. Something that you find very well. Hmm.
We saw it really works like a
It works like a dream for me. None? Janvi?
I want to achieve uh, good marks in our exams. It's like it like to work like a dream for us.
I scored good marks and it worked like a dream for me.
After joining Komet Center, my education was like a
Runs like a dream. Good, good one. Any doubts? Need to ask anything about today's idioms? Made a list. So today, are you ready to do your homework?
Yes.
Sure, everybody?